What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about the Cosmic Crucible Room 3, but we are going to talk about specifically the Masters of Evil team and the insanity that Masters of Evil are going to be on defense. Even that they have callouts to use them on offense and so on, that's fine, that's great, they are still going to be useful on offense for sure. But be careful because if you put them on defense, they are going to be extremely powerful. So in this video I'm going to explain exactly why, and we are going to also address a few other situations. But as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Once again, this conversation is going to be about Cosmic Crucible Room 3. Okay, so first off, before we start that conversation, I want to address just two topics. First, we have this video with duarktikhq where he raged about the Red Stars payback, or the Red Stars refund, or something like that. And I mentioned this before. I mentioned this when the problem started, when the problem of the Red Star started, especially for Titania, is that there are different instances of refunds that Scopely can do, and that's based on the problems they create. And duarktikhq says it's not your responsibility, it's your responsibility for their bugs. It's not, but you also have to understand that there are differences in terms of legality of what Scopely does, and that's why sometimes the rewards or the refunds, or how they do it, the compensation, that's why sometimes the compensation is better than other. And I'm going to explain this once again. I mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention this once again. If the banner of the Red Stars is not the one we have right now, if the banner does not change, they will not give you full refund because it's not considered false advertisement. If you only get the mail saying that Titania is available, Titania will be in the orbs, the compensation will be a lot smaller because it's not considered full false advertisement. The only problem is when the banner changed. If the banner changed, then yes, you can open your orbs and they have to fully refund you because this is clearly false advertisement. If Titania is not in the orbs and you are opening your orbs, then it's your responsibility. So unfortunately duarktikhq is exaggerating a little bit here, but he was frustrated because he opened all his in-mail box savings for the upcoming event, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens. You have to be very careful with all these situations, and you also have to understand the legality of one instance against the other instance. One is way more problematic as it is direct false advertisement. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, which is this one right here. You guys should check out this video. You can see the like to view ratio is huge, and that means the video is very good. The message that is here is very important for many people to see. I'm gonna post a link in the comments so you guys can check it out for yourself, as this is a new channel and it's hard to find. Okay, move on. Let's move on to the Cosmic Crucible situation, guys. Very important. Room 3. I'm gonna make another video about Room 3 because the Room 3 is the one that allows you to win the game. That's the room that will make the difference between the good players and the bad players, is what kind of teams you put on Room 3 and how you maximize the potential of your defense with Room 3. I will have another video maybe in 1 day or 2 days with the best teams for Room 3, because there are different teams you can put on this room and really mess up with your enemies. So let's move on and let's talk specifically about the Masters of Evil. So we have here Titania. Titania, she's going to be massive. She's going to be massive on Room 3. Once again, yes, it's true that the Masters of Evil have callouts to use them on offense, but you can still use them on defense, and that's the point of this video, is for you to understand that if you use them on defense, they are going to be massive on Room 3. So in Room 3, if you have Fortifier ISO 8 on a character, whenever that character uses the ultimate, they are going to spread positive effects to adjacent characters. So, if you have Titania with Fortifier, which is not the recommendation on offense, but if you have Titania on defense with Fortified ISO 8, she's going to spread all positive effects that she has on her. And whenever a Masters of Evil ally has a turn, Titania is going to get counters, deflects, and speed bar. Yikes, can you see the problem? Big yikes. So if you have her with fortifiers, you'll have barriers, you'll have the minor defense up, but every turn that the allies have, and that she also has, she's going to get counters and deflects. If she has counters and deflects, there is a high chance that she will do a critical hit, because the counters increase the critical strike chance. That means that she is going to be able to get energy, and that means that you'll be able to use her ultimate on defense. You are not, the AI will use her ultimate every other turn. And this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And the reason why is because if you have Fortified ISO 8 on her, she'll keep spreading positive effects to adjacent allies every other turn. This is going to be insane, because the amount of counters, deflects, other positive effects that you can get on her, like defense up, offense up, speed up, and so on, that's going to keep spreading to adjacent allies. So you can see that Titania, she's going to be a massive problem on room 3 on defense with a Fortified ISO 8, because she's going to be able to spam her ultimate. Once again, you can see right here, gain ability energy whenever you crit, and the Masters of Evil, and especially Titania, they have a very high crit chance. Titania, even without being Raider, she can get up to 80% crit to 100% crit, depending if you are using them on defense or on offense. 80% on defense, 100% on offense. So this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. Every other turn she's going to use her ultimate. Every other turn she's going to spread, deflects, counter, speed up, offense up, and defense up for everyone else next to her. This is going to be massive. This is going to be a huge problem. Now we have to take a look at the other characters, because if we have Titania doing this, and if we have Titania as a fortifier, that means we need the other characters to have other ISO 8 choices. This is for defense only. If you use these guys on offense, you use a different ISO 8. If you use these guys on defense, you use different ISO 8. So let's move on. Let's take a look at Absorbing Man. So I don't remember what I suggested in terms of ISO 8 for Absorbing Man in the past, but if you are using him on defense, you should put him next to Titania. This was something I already mentioned before. You want Titania to be next to Absorbing Man. Now, if you are using Titania with Fortifier, and if you have Absorbing Man next to her, then you want him to be Skirmisher, because he's the tank, he's going to be tanking all the time. Then if he has defense up, he's going to get additional armor and additional resistance. And with those counters, if you have him as a Skirmisher, he's going to be applying vulnerability with other characters. And these vulnerabilities are going to be important, because the only character that you cannot change the ISO 8 is Moonstone. Moonstone, she always has to be a striker. So that one is settled. So if you have Titania Fortifier spreading the buffs to everyone else, you need to have Absorbing Man as a Skirmisher, so he's applying the vulnerabilities for everyone else. Then we have Ultron, and then we have Kang. Now this is the question we still have. If you have Ultron next to Titania, that will allow Ultron to have more buffs and to be able to spam his ultimate. So that's going to be very annoying and very hard to deal with. Now this is still a question. Now in terms of the ISO 8 for Ultron and Kang, it's because depending on the speed of Kang and of Ultron, you might also make Ultron Fortifier, and that would allow Titania to spread the positive effects to Ultron, and then Ultron to spread the positive effects from himself to Kang the Conqueror. But this is why we need to analyze the speed of these characters whenever they are released, whenever we have the full team together, because that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge. If you can spread all those positive effects to multiple characters as well by having one additional fortified character, that's going to make this team 100% cancer on defense. And let's be honest, if we have Ultron with the fortifier and with a barrier and also with the minor defense up, that's going to be one additional way for you to keep him alive, which is also very important. So this is something that we still have to figure out in the near future, if it's going to be beneficial to us to have Ultron next to Titania or to have Kang next to Titania, and if either Kang or Ultron need their isolate to be changed to something else, so after they can also spread the buffs. Kang also gives himself evade, and that's nice. So if you could make him fortified just to spread those evades to Ultron as well, that would be nice too. So you could have like Absorbing Man, Titania, and Titania would spread buffs to Ultron, then you'd have Kang, and then you'd have Ultron, so Kang would spread buffs to Ultron and also to Moonstone, and that would be something very, very interesting. We could have then Ultron as a Raider, and that would make his ultimate brutal. Like I mentioned before, the only character that we are not going to change the ISO weight is our girl Moonstone. Many people are sleeping on Moonstone. They think she's a trash character. She's not a trash character. She's going to be probably one of the most important characters on this team because of the abilities that she does. With her special, she minds control characters, she applies stun, she applies defense down, disrupt, and trauma. So you need this character as a striker, so with the striker she's going to be able to obtain more ability energy, and with that ability energy she's going to be able to do the special and the ultimate more often. On the defense, she uses the ultimate first rather than the special. That's not great, but at the same time she also has a stun on the ultimate, she also has turn rewind on the ultimate, so it's not the best case scenario because the trauma is on the special, but it's still a great scenario. It's still a great scenario because she's going to do massive amount of damage, defense down, turn rewind, and stun. So as you guys can see, this team with Titania as a fortifier on defense on room 3 is going to be brutal. It's going to be really, really brutal. And once again, don't sleep on you cannot sleep on this team. They are going to be required for an upcoming legendary character. They are going to be meta for Cosmic Crucible. If you want to unlock Apocalypse as fast as possible, you want to be successful on Cosmic Crucible, you guys can check out also my Discord. There is a way you can join a special group. Everyone can join, by the way. It's not a special group. Everyone can join. But you can find there all the counters for Cosmic Crucible from different sources, not only from myself, but also from you guys and different content creators that will help you win more in Cosmic Crucible. So yeah, this is a team that you cannot sleep on, and don't sleep on Titania, even that she looks a little bit funky. Don't sleep on her. Absorbing Man is going to be a decent character, especially if he's getting the right buffs from Titania. That's going to be awesome. Ultron is an old character. We still have to figure out how we are going to deal with this guy because we don't know how exactly we are going to obtain rest stars for him going forward. Kang is an interesting character, but most of his value comes from his passive, not actually from the abilities. So in terms of value, Moonstone actually has way more value than Kang. But once again, Kang is all about the passive. You always want to keep Kang alive to make sure that we can benefit out of his passive as long as possible. And Moonstone is the opposite. You want to make sure that she's able to use her special and her ultimate as often as possible. And that's it, guys. So don't sleep on this team. Very, very important. in case you want to be successful in Cosmic Crucible. And if you want to keep playing Marvel Strike Force, I think it's a good idea to be successful in Cosmic Crucible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Once again, stay tuned to the channel because we are going to make like a top 10 best teams for Room 3 Beyond the Masters of Evil. And that's all for now, guys. So if you enjoyed information on this video, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.